Tense, revenge. Time only goes one way. Are you worried about the past? Are you tense about the past? Do you have regret? Is that why they say past tense? Really? And you can go backwards. I mean, there is stories of government experiments, stolen alien technology from UFOs at Roswell, where they attempted or discerned that it was time-traveling technology that could create a rip or a rift through time, through the fabric of time. But then when they came back, they were turned completely inside out. Apparently that was brought forth by a scientist that was working at Roswell, let's just say. Apparently, coincidentally, he got a very high payday for bringing that forth to begin with. But do you really want to know what forward looks like, what the future looks like, as there could be other races, other species? Perhaps this is the Matrix. Perhaps we're fueling somebody else. Perhaps that was a metaphor for narcissism. If you think about it, most high-wig, big-wigs, Machiavellians are narcissistic. So we could be fueling them, and this all could be something to appease us while that occurs. Our everyday humdrum in life and things to that nature. Interesting. And I get it, right? This is something that I wanted, and I wanted to take my revenge, and I wanted to come back here, and I wanted to set things right. I didn't know the half of it. Time is a linear concept. Time is a man-made concept, so going forward, you simply go to a point where everything ceases to exist. Is that the end? And is there a predetermined end? Now that we know that there is no hell. Although there should be a hell, there should be a Hades, particularly for certain people that I've spoken about earlier. Particularly for friends of theirs that cover for them. In no uncertain terms, there should be a hell. And they should burn in it and get pineapples shoved up their asshole for the rest of their natural fucking lives. For those of us that have seen Little Nicky, you will get that joke. Maria, I'm not mad at you. I'm going to come up on the 24th, and it'll be good to see you. Not... Lots of stuff to be said, I suppose. Lots of stuff to talk about. But I'm not mad at you, and your husband stuck by me through a lot of this shit. And I told him, I said, when we see each other, I'll bop you on the bar, or you can punch me in the head, and then I'll buy the beer. And it was almost like I heard this. He finally gets it. But I know that you guys, when you were here that one year, the last year the family was all together, you were like, I know what Fritz is up to. Because that was shortly thereafter, that's when my life started to take a dramatic dip. Mistaking things for something worse than they actually were. And coming to realize I wouldn't be here, the man that you see before you, if I didn't go through each and every shitty thing I've been through. The fact remains is that I was promised money to a certain extent. That doesn't seem to be happening. If it does, it's taking its sweet ass fucking time. So the end result is me camping out on the street for an extended period of time. I know why Selena was here. I know why I was able to regain who I was and regain a certain part of who I am and who I was in Nanaimo, although all three of those seem to be entirely different entities. As I hazard to guess that Cheryl drained me drier than a popcorn fart, took absolutely everything and left me broke, destitute, as I had been dominated by a bunch of feminine entities and not feeling like I could do a fucking thing and not bringing forth an honest effort to be with her and being the closest man ever to take terror away from Kelly. Now I am currently sitting where I sit. As Kelly has vowed to take the woman that I love in a measure of revenge. And from the looks of it, I'm hanging outside like a piece of hairy fucking worm bait, waiting for certain people to take a bite so that this can be over and that can be it. And I gotta admit, that's rather bold for a sociopath to bring organized crime here, to get funded, to get that here, to make connections, to bring that here, all in the name of wanting to pound me into the pavement because she loved me and she hated everything that I brought out in her, and the fact that I said that I saw good in her was something that she could not take. And Kelly, for the most part, lets her cheat, lets her lie, lets her fucking do whatever because subconsciously she thinks she can do better, and then wonders why he has the problems that he does, and why she thinks she's running the roost. Because when that occurs, she thinks she can get away with anything. And because we're dealing with a narcissist that's got delayed adolescence, when you show a young child that they can get away with anything, well, everybody that's got kids knows how that goes. Because when you show a child that, they tend to run rampant and run wild all over you, and we've seen it time and time again, up to and including when you continue to reward negative bullshit behavior. Because when you reward negative bullshit behavior in a child, what do? They do more of it. And a narcissist is an animal of attention. And when they get rewarded for something, that would qualify as attention. Therefore, they want to do more of the same in order to garner the same result. Now, I'm not a big guy for, repeating myself. One of the things I got from Cheryl was I hate repetitive bullshit. However, the fact remains is out here I'm a fucking sitting duck. And that is why I'm out here, and that is why nobody is helping me, because I am a piece of hairy fucking bait. You guys are waiting for somebody to fucking take a shot at me, which means I am under fucking 24-hour surveillance. I would hazard to take a guess, at least I would extremely hope, if my life is as at risk as I think it is, or have the feeling that it is. And people are acting the way they are acting to show indifference towards me, to show that essentially I am a sitting fucking duck. Sitting little ducky, waiting for either a slit throat or a bullet to the brain, or for somebody to come around the corner and all of a sudden somebody yells freeze, they get arrested, I get rewarded, Bob is your uncle, everything's good, life goes on, away we go. See, I would choose the latter, although people are going to deny this vehemently. I would hazard to guess that I have met just about every single organized crime conglomerate head or middle or whatever in the past as many weeks or months or years or whatever as I ever have. Other than that, in my whole entire life, you take on traits from somebody else's kids, they become habits, or habits become traits, I should say. And then you are stuck with changed behavior and changed attitude and a changed persona and a changed who you are. People have things in which to answer for in this particular scenario. Not the least, a certain family member grooming me for Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. But that is neither here nor there. Let me say that about this and this about that. Somebody knew Cheryl. Somebody knew Cheryl very well. Somebody knew what Cheryl was capable of, what Cheryl's expertise were, and sent me to Dolly's and was glad I was at Dolly's and sent Cheryl there because that whole routine was a fucking setup. That is 100% grade A number one factual. And if I die, and if this doesn't go through or someone fails to protect me or whatever the fuck ever, or whatever the fuck you want to say or call it that or whatever, there is a fucking sexual cult and a ring of fucking pedistic pieces of dog shit sitting right here in Kelowna. And they need to suffer severely for the shit that they've done. And they've all got money and big attorneys and all the rest of bullshit. And I know a couple RCMP officers that would take no qualms about taking you all for a ride up to the fucking mountains. Fucking beating the dirty hell out of all of you.